one. Pitch black. Then a small flame sparks to life, illuminating the terrified, dirt-streaked face of Samantha. She is locked inside a crude, handcrafted steel cage in the damp concrete basement of an occult shop. She holds a cheap blue Big Lighter, one Ted accidentally dropped yesterday, while using it to heat shrink electrical wiring on the cage. She presses the flame against the corner of a heavy wool mattress blanket. The synthetic fabric catches toxic, plastic, thick black smoke immediately billows upward. The shadow of Theodore, who goes by Ted, looms over her from the other side of the bars. He holds a steaming mug of coffee, completely unfazed. Where did you get that? I checked you over before I put you in there. You left it when you rewired the light! Ted, you're getting sloppy! I'd put that out if I were you. The smoke will kill you long before you ever get out of here. When your customers smell this, they'll call the fire department. No amount of your insulation stops smoke! A customer just walked into the shop. Ted looks up at the ceiling, panicked, then back at the growing flames. His eyes drift to the flame illuminating the body of the lighter. It is bright blue, wrapped tightly in black electrical tape. Ted freezes his mind, flashes back to yesterday. His calm facade completely vanishes. Oh, crap. I'd put that out if I were you! The smoke will kill you before you ever get out of here! Ted runs to a nearby wash closet. He fills a bucket with water from a faucet, runs back out into the walkway, and tosses it on Samantha. The fire persists. You won't win, you pathetic jerk! Samantha tosses the lit blanket onto the bed to set it ablaze. Out of options, Ted runs back to the wash closet, grabs a heavy pellet rifle from a shelf, pumps it twice, and rushes back to the cell. He aims through the steel bars. Drop it. Samantha! Come and make me! The pellet strikes Samantha squarely in the right thigh. She screams, buckling hard to the concrete floor. Ted drops the pellet gun. He pulls a massive keyring from his belt, unlocks the padlock, and swings the heavy cage door open to grab the burning blanket. Adrenaline floods Samantha, ignoring the agony in her leg. She lunges upward, shoves Ted hard against the iron bars, and bolts through the open door. She limps frantically, sprinting down the walkway toward the wooden stairs. Ed recovers instantly. He reaches behind his back, pulling a concealed .22 revolver from his waistband. He levels it at the escaping girl. The .22 round strikes Samantha in the back of the head. Her body goes limp instantly, crashing hard onto the bottom steps. Silence fills the room, save for the crackle of the burning mattress. Ted drops the smoking revolver back into his waistband. Choking on the chemical smoke, he tears the burning blanket off the mattress and stomps it out on the floor. He hits a wall switch. The fan sucks the black cloud toward a ceiling vent. Ted checks his reflection in the glass of a wall cabinet. He smooths his hair, wipes a smudge of ash from his cheek, and takes one deep, grounding breath. He climbs the steps, unlocks the door, and enters the back of the shop. Act 2. Ted steps into the main showroom, adjusting his collar to hide the sweat. The shop is a labyrinth of dusty shelves, taxidermy, and occult books. Behind the counter stands a young couple, Mark, holding a heavy cardboard box, and Celeste, pale, sharp-eyed, carrying herself with eerie confidence. Ted steps behind the register, forcing his voice to stay steady. Good evening, sorry to keep you waiting. Just organizing the stockroom. How can I help you tonight? We aren't here to buy anything. Theodore, we came to return something. Go ahead, Mark, show him. Mark pulls back the dirt-stained towel and reaches into the box. He pulls out a human skull, broken cleanly into 2 pieces, and sets them down on the glass. Ted's chest tightens. Where on earth did you get that? This is a respectable shop, not a coroner's office. We found it out by the river walking trail, buried under an old weeping willow. I'm a psychic medium, Ted. When we walked past that spot, he wouldn't stop screaming at me. He told me exactly where to dig, and he told me exactly who put him there. His name is Arthur. He says he used to be your business partner 30 years ago. Arthur says, hello, Ted. And he wants to know why you took his half of the shop. Ted lets out a low, slow breath. The panic leaves his eyes. He rests both hands flat on the glass counter. Arthur always did talk too much. That's why he's in 2 pieces. Tell me, Celeste, what exactly do you intend to do with this supernatural police report? You didn't go to the police. You came here. Why? The dead don't want the police, Ted. They want balance. I wanted to see the face of the man who did it. Wait. Bone is light, my dear. Especially after 30 years of decay. But you see, the living are much heavier. They have a habit of creating fresh problems. Celeste steps even closer, invading his space. She sniffs the air, her eyes drifting toward the basement door. Speaking of fresh, what is that smell, Ted? It smells like plastic. Like a cheap mattress pad burning. You aren't calm, Theodore. Your left eyelid is twitching, and your hands are gripped so tight on that counter your knuckles are turning yellow. Celeste, seriously, he confesses to a murder, and you're insulting him? Let's go! Look at him, Mark. He wants us to think he's a mastermind. But you caught Arthur stealing from the register. You panicked, and you hit him from behind. And whatever is downstairs right now, same thing, you made a mistake. You lost control. You're just a sloppy, aging man, terrified that the world is finally catching up to him. Go ahead. Pull it, shoot 2 more people at 2 in the morning. Let's see how smart you look to the police when they dig up your basement floor. Ted's hand instinctively drifts behind his back, fingers brushing the cold grip of the .22 revolver. But before he can draw, a sharp metallic click echoes through the showroom. Mark holds a compact 9mm pistol, but it isn't pointed at Ted. The barrel is pressed directly into Celeste's ribs. The nervous boy has vanished, replaced by a cold, deeply familiar smirk. Mark, what are you doing? Shut up, Celeste. Keep looking at the counter. Relax, Uncle Ted. It's just me. Mark, what the hell is this? The family always said you were just an eccentric old bachelor. But Grandma always whispered you 2 fought over the deed right before he skipped town. I wanted the truth. You told me we were digging up family history to bring you closure. Celeste, you're a brilliant tool, honey. You brought me right to the willow tree. Look at the fracture line on the skull, Uncle Ted. It perfectly matches the heavy iron taxidermy molds you keep in the back. Ted slowly lowers his hand away from his waistband, a dark, twisted sense of pride creeping onto his face. You always were a quiet kid, Mark. I didn't think you had the stomach for the family business. I do. I don't want to expose you, Ted. I know you've got something fresh cooking downstairs right now. I can smell the smoke on your collar. Let me help you clean it up. Let me prove I'm a real Vance. Act 3. Mark keeps his gun hidden, but pressed hard into Celeste's side. His eyes locked on Ted. Suddenly, a bright, sweeping beam of light flashes across the front window. A spotlight. The low, heavy rumble of a police cruiser idling cuts through the quiet night. Deputy Miller, a tired-looking night shift cop with a heavy flashlight in hand, steps into the showroom. Instantly, Mark drops his arm, slipping the pistol into his jacket pocket. He steps closer to Celeste, wrapping his free arm around her waist like a loving boyfriend. Ted forces a warm smile. Deputy Miller, always good to see you. Just helping some late-night customers. Smells like a house fire in here. Ted, you burning trash in the back again? Just old wiring in the basement storage locker, deputy. A transformer blew out. I already flipped the breaker and turned the exhaust fan on. Nothing to worry about. Miller's eyes drift down to the counter. He spots the cardboard box and the human skull pieces resting on the glass. He steps closer, leaning his heavy frame over the counter. And what exactly is this? You selling medical waste now? It's an antique. Deputy, my boyfriend, and I brought it in for valuation. Ted's family has a long history here. He's an expert on old local disappearances. In fact, we were just talking about his old business partner, Arthur Vance. Ted was just telling us how much he misses him. Isn't that right, Uncle? Miller looks at Ted, noticing the thin sheen of sweat on the older man's forehead. Arthur Vance? Man, I haven't heard that name since I was a rookie. That case went colder than a well digger's ankle. You know, if you found real remains, Ted, you're supposed to call us. I think I better take a look at that basement wiring of yours myself, just to make sure the place isn't about to actually. Miller steps past the counter toward the basement door. Mark's knuckles turn white inside his jacket pocket. Ted grips the edge of the glass. Suddenly, a violent mechanical ring cuts through the tensy. Everyone freezes. The sound is coming from a dusty, vintage 1950s black rotary payphone mounted on the wall behind the counter. A thick layer of cobwebs coats the coin slots. The phone cord is visibly severed, dangling 6 inches above the floorboards. It keeps ringing, vibrating violently against the wood paneling. Static, the sound of rushing water and shifting mud, hisses out from the ear. Answer it. Celeste, trembling, steps behind the counter. The room temperature plummets. Everyone's breath turns to white mist in the dim amber light. She lifts the heavy receiver to her ear. A harsh, wet, choking sound rasps from the earpiece. It sounds like someone speaking through a throat full of rivers. Put Theodore on. Ted, it's for you. Get that away from me! Hang it up! Before anyone can move, Celeste's eyes roll back completely. Turning pure white, her jaw drops open. Her voice shifts entirely into a gravelly, waterlogged baritone that echoes through the room. 30 years in the river mud, Theodore. The willow roots grew right through my ribs, but the ground is loose tonight. My head is on your counter, Ted, but the rest of me is waking up. 2 miles north, rain pits against the mud beneath the old weeping willow tree. A deep, hollow crack splits the earth near the roots. Up from the black soil, a skeletal, rot-clinging hand punches through the mud, fingers clawing frantically at the air. Then, a second hand breaches the surface. The shoulders follow, dragging a mud-soaked, decayed, headless torso entirely free of the earth. It stands upright in the rain, twitching slowly. The headless thing turns its shoulders south, pointing directly toward the distant, dim lights of the shop. It takes its first heavy, dragging step down the walking trail, walking toward. Celeste snaps out of the trance, collapsing hard onto the floor. Mark drops his gun out of pure panic, staring at the floorboards, the severed earpiece dangling from teeth.